Come on, come on. I could have been a voice actor for this movie. Is that Michael Jackson? Hey, what's up guys? John here, aka Bruce Lee. I'm a kickboxing teacher and martial artist here in Canada, and today we're reacting to Drunken Master 1 final fight scene, Freddie Wong versus Thunderleg, and this is the breakdown. Let's go. Alright. I love these funny dodges. That's freaking cool. Hold on. See, like, Jackie Chan dodges while the guy tries to step on him by just standing up. That was cool. Alright. Even though this is choreographed, like, this is just freaking cool to pull off. So, by the way, guys, we're going to be ranking this reaction today based on two criteria. Right? This is the breakdown. Realism versus entertainment. And when I say realism, we're just talking about the martial arts itself, not anything dramatic or comedic in effect. You know, it's a Jackie Chan movie. Anything that's just like for the sake of the movie, we're gonna ignore. Just the martial arts, and then we're gonna base that off of how entertaining this scene is. Since you know what, realism isn't always their main priority. I'm drunk! Oh. Jackie Chan looks like he's been holding his breath for like a minute straight. This guy's like, what the hell is going on? I think it is widely considered though that with Drunken Kung Fu, the unorthodoxness of it makes it really difficult to deal with. You know what I mean? He's like, whoa. He's looking at his feet, probably trying to check the footwork. Decent kicks. Nice. Jabbed him with the two fingers. Got him in a couple, so where he's hit him with the two fingers, and then later on with just like the tip of his knuckle, see here, he got him in like some soft spots of the torso, like in the solar plexus, and sometimes around the bladder. Even like fingers or like knuckles in there being jabbed in can absolutely cause that kind of discomfort. So they actually they did that pretty well. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If so, please leave a like because it means a lot to me and supports the channel big time. And please consider subscribing so I can hang out with you again. For now, let's get back to the video. Some of this stuff is kind of more like dancey than it like is, you know, again, like a little too choreographed, but I like the demonstration here, but it's not very realistic. Like, especially this part here. Let's back it up a tiny bit, you guys, of just like that little exchange, just right around here. Actually, back up one more. So right here, a lot of these strikes, they're aiming above the head or like kind of like really close to the ground. Like, they were never gonna hit, you know what I mean? That's what it'd be about. Like, it's a very nice demonstration of their technique, but like where he's jumping there and then later when he kicks, like what, like why did he think he was ever gonna hit Jackie Chan? And Jackie Chan's like crawling on the ground, right? Like, it's very choreographed. The moves themselves are pretty decent, but you know, that was a good elbow, actually, to the sternum. A lot of these body attacks from Jackie Chan are pretty legit, and See, this stuff feels a lot more, like, realistic to me. Like, let's back it up for 2 seconds. Let's see how, like, that elbow, they're actually, Jackie Chan's actually hitting with intent now. Or it feels like he is, at least in the sake of the movie. Whereas before, they're kind of just, like, waving around and, like, almost, it feels like purposely missing. Now they're actually trying to die, you know. They're trying to put it in. That kick was a little bit off, but there's some cool stuff here. Drunken Kung Fu is on some other stuff. Oh my god. Okay, not bad. Oh, now I remember a little bit of the, I think there's, like, different, like, forms or, like gods, for, like, in the movie. And each god has, like, a certain set of, like, moves. So, like, what he's doing there by waving it like this, it's kind of like one of those, like, those things in Kudo. It's like, you can't see me, but really it is just a distraction. Like, I've never seen it done, like, always that flamboyantly, but, like, you can try to, like, you know, like, move your hand in a certain, like, kind of spastic motion to draw their eyes away from your actual attack. So, that's what the guy's been doing there. You'll see, like, Roy Jones Jr. do that with his punches, right? He'll wave this way, punch, like, here. I think that was a bit of a stretch, though. That's literally John Cena. Like, I don't really see that working a whole lot, but he's doing a good job staying in tight, but he's kind of exposing his back a little bit. So Thunderleg, the guy in the yellow, he's getting in tighter and tighter, which can be really aggressive and effective against certain opponents who are, you know, just uncomfortable with being that close and, like, having such a short reaction time. But he's kind of exposing his back more than I personally would like to. So he's changing to a different god. Those are actually decent, like, kung fu blocks. The ones behind his head weren't super cool, but, like, the way he was, like, dodging his neck, that was all right. Like, slipping away from it. Like, I wouldn't, like, look straight away, or, like, completely away from my opponent, but, like, the whole thing where he's, like, moving his elbows up and down like that, that works even just in regular kickboxing. You can absolutely parry, redirect like that. Where he turned around, like, is not where I'm a crazy big fan of. Like, I rarely expose my back unnecessarily, and those kicks are pretty good. Why would you pick him up? It's kind of funny. Like, puts his foot up his bum. I wouldn't have let the guy up. I would just be like, I'd just try to push him down and just keep going if I could, but there we go. You see how this guy's way more direct than before? I'm more into this stuff. Like, for me, this feels more realistic or more immersive than just, like, going, like, waving and, like you know, like, the guy's face is here and I do my strike like this. Like, you know, that doesn't make any sense. But what they're doing here now is starting to get a little bit more intense. That's pretty cool, actually. So he brings up his, Jackie Chan brings up his knee there and kind of, like, is just, like, hopping around. It's like a check and a kick in Muay Thai is very similar. Sometimes you do hop around like that, but the danger is that, like, you only have one leg. So if they sweep out your supporting leg, or in this case, the guy pulls the leg that's up top, you know, I haven't forced someone to do a split, but in principle, it's actually pretty cool and pretty realistic. Like, this stuff, like, I don't know how the guy's missing, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna count this as not as part of, like, the martial arts, it's kind of more the dramatization, but I think Jackie Chan just wanted to show if he could do one-arm push-ups there. I could have been a voice actor for this movie. If anyone's doing a Drunken Master remake, hit me up, because I can do that. Oh, oh, oh.
I forgot to do my practice. What?
What?
Can't you teach
What? These are cool acrobatic dodges from Jackie Chan, but again, not super realistic. The guys, I like his lateral motion, so one thing to look out for, guys, in this exchange when the guy gets up, is the guy starts pulling on Jackie Chan's wrists here. That is a method of control and compliance that you can force on your opponent. If you can get a hold of their wrists, you can actually steer their arms or even their whole body out of the way with jerk motions. And look how Thunderleg, he moves side to side or very lateral here. So he's got control of the arm, right? Bang, and he moves to the right, moves to the left. Like, that is what, in my experience, that's what realistic fighting is more like. They don't just go straight back and forward all the time. There's a lot more lateral motion. I don't know how this jab, bang, bang, would get... I would see how that would force like a backflip, being like, come on, come on, come on.
Ready! Huh? She'll appear there without a shadow. Just perform the actions. Watch close and you'll see one. Try to combine all 7 gods and try and see her as your own Miss Ho.
Okay. So yeah, it was like 7 gods or something like that. I tried to combine all the forms into one cohesive thing. One cohesive art.
This is called Widow See a Lover.
Yo, dude, that's the twerking master right there. God damn. Bang, bang, bang. Cardi B ain't got nothing on Jackie Chan. Oh. Oh.
Over in Miss Toilet Seat.
I can't take this. I can't take this seriously, but. Oh my god.
Putting on her makeup.
Nice. Again, like those dodges and those Chun-Li kicks, I don't think that would work, but let's say that's dramatization. See, this stuff is cool. I don't know, like, let's back this up, because this whole exchange where when they stand up is really, really good, and I think that's kind of the demonstration I've seen of, like, Drunken Kung Fu that feels more plausible to me. The only thing that's maybe that's not realistic is at the end there, he, like, slaps him across the face, the guy, like, does, like, a somersault. Like, I doubt you could generate enough force to do that, but it's like this right here, like, where the hands are going, bang, like, and he goes across, like... See, that, other than the flip, like, that felt much more realistic to what I've seen actual demonstrations do. And those dodges are just... That's just cool. Hey, wait, what was Michael... Is that Michael Jackson? Damn! I mean, that's obviously Cables, but... If you look at the guy... Look very closely, you guys, in a Jackie Chan's, like his eyes here, you see the reflection of and there's a guy in front of me like... This is so funny. Oh, man. He's trying to read through the distraction, though. Like, I guess that does make sense. I think he's out-timing him. That's what you do against a faster opponent. Timing beats speed. Nice elbows. I find a lot of these elbow strikes, like, they're pretty convincing to me, but a lot of these kicks, like, they're not really making them with any real intention. That one they were, though. I think Jackie Chan might have just been kicked for real there. Someone comment below if you know. I feel like he just kicked them for real, like... Ooh. Yeah, get some more drink. See, I don't know if you can, like... So, look at these 2 kicks that Thunderleg throws. you can stop someone's entire knee and entire leg going like bang, bang. Like, I've seen some people like comment like, you know, like you can absolutely train your hands and your forearms to block, and I get that, but stopping think about the trajectory of an entire leg going like this, right? And then your hand being like this. Like, I just don't think that makes sense. Like, that's where it kind of breaks the immersion for me. That's sneaky. This is really good stuff. Like, see where he's like, comes in tight with the elbow there and the strikes, and then he gets in, he kind of, Jackie Chan like kind of makes his frame small and then extends it out. Like, that is one way to generate a lot of force. Like, that, like, again, a lot of the elbows and the hands I think are a lot more realistic here than the kicks. Oh. The whole, like, the whole thing with the neck, you can kill someone with that, man. So that was it, guys, for Drunken Master. But before we get into the breakdown, question of the day. Comment below. Do you think that some of these Drunken Master tactics would work in the UFC or Bellator or some kind of big MMA platform, okay? So not just any professional fighting like Muay Thai or kickboxing, but specifically in mixed martial arts. I'm not saying just like Drunken Master, Drunken Kung Fu by itself, just some of the principles. So maybe hopefully you're tuning in to what I'm talking about there. Comment below and let's get into the breakdown. I haven't seen Drunken Master 1 here in a long time. If you want to see my Drunken Master 2 reaction, I'll leave a link to the video below. So good stuff here I'm seeing from the hands, the placement sometimes. So like what I mean by placement is that like the way they move around each other, or kind of like the way they go forward, back, and lateral. It does represent to me a lot of instances I see in the actual fights. The hands, the elbows, I thought were very realistic and thrown with, like, some of it, I thought, like, you like see what they're doing here, like, it kind of just feels like a dance. With the hands, it definitely feels a lot more like a fight. So I really enjoyed that, but I did think a lot of the kicks were not realistic, and that's even, like, that's excluding any, like, dramatic or, like, comedic purposes, because, I mean, like, it's a Jackie Chan movie, guys, like, of course. But all things considered, I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10 in terms of realism. I did think there were, like, there's a lot of things that are stretching out of here, and they're kind of, you know, in Muay Thai, there's also this thing called, hopefully I say it right, Muay Boran, where it's, like, it's Muay Thai moves, but in just kind of like a choreographed demonstration, and that's what this felt like to me. But like even maybe a bit less realistic than that, you know, because Muay Boran, they can sometimes make it look like very, very like convincing. So it's my opinion, it's not a super realistic scene, even though taking into account that A, it's a Jackie Chan movie, B, it's like, you know, it's like some of it's like just for show, like choreography, and C, some of it's for comedic effect. Like, even with all that considered, a lot of the martial arts weren't like checking out for me personally, from my background. So comment below if you think that was too low or too high, or your own thoughts. Entertainment though, I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. Such a pleasure always to watch Jackie Chan. The only reason it's not a 10 is that like I rarely give 10s unless I'm fully immersed in the martial arts. Like, that's just the kind of like viewer and the kind of audience that I am personally. So 4 to 9, pretty decent scores here, considering the context of the movie. And who doesn't love Jackie Chan? I hope you enjoyed today's breakdown, you guys. If so, please leave a like because it means a lot to me. And subscribe means I'll see you again. Don't forget to comment below. Question of the day: Drunken Kung Fu tactics or principles in MMA? Let me know. Bruce Lee is out. I'll see you next time.